hurting. The devil was trying to tell me. I said, no, I'm going to press my way through. But I need to understand something. As soon as I laid the sod down, it started raining. Yeah, see, it's simple stuff like that that just do me a world of joy, because I ain't have to use my water to water all this grass I just laid. God did it for me. He watered it for me. And he didn't just give me a light rain. He gave me a heavy rain that when I got up in the morning, my grass that was yellow had now changed to green. Listen to what I'm telling you here. It was not by me, but it was about him. And this is what God is saying. I'll turn you from yellow to green. I'll bring you out of season to end season. I'll get you to the place of knowing that if I am for you, who on earth can be against you? So if someone walks away, bye-bye, baby. I got something greater. I'm going to show you God is thinking about me by the way I live for him, by the way I serve for him. Are y'all listening to me? I need y'all to understand that God is saying, stop looking at everybody's opinion and start thinking about what God told you to think. He says, I know the thoughts that I think towards you. So why do we keep concerning about other people? Number two, he says he's going to satisfy us. Now, this is what I need us to understand. Because sometimes we get into dry places. We get into places that you feel like your mouth is parched. You don't really have that much more energy in you. And God is saying that at that parched moment is when I show up and I give you momentum. Y'all just missed it. It's the moment that gives you momentum. Are y'all hearing what I'm trying to tell you here? Because in the moment, what determines whether or not you're going to roll is based off of the faith that you still possess. If you're going to move, you have to be in position so that God can roll you. But he can't roll you if you're stepping out of position. This is what he's trying to tell you here. You want momentum? Get caught up in the moment. How do you get caught up in the moment? God, I'm in a dry place. But your word says that you will show up in dry places. So if you're here, if I'm in a dry place, I know that you're closer than you are. Oh, my God. You are a very present help in a time of trouble, which means that I know that at this moment, you're about to do something in my life. Who am I talking to? At those moments, somebody of y'all know what I'm talking about. You've been in some dry places, but you trusted God. You've been in some lonely places, but you trusted God. And out of nowhere, somehow God showed up and made a way for you. Somehow God took care of you. Somehow God opened doors for you. You didn't have it. You weren't qualified for it, but he gave it to you. It's because of how we think. Everything has to change. You miss your blessings because in that moment is when momentum is about to start, but you miss momentum because you got caught up in momentous adversity. In other words, it's temporary. It's not going to stay there because his word has already declared it over your life. I'm not going to leave you, nor will I ever forsake you. Now hear what I'm telling you here. He says, in dry places means that he's going to give you water in full measure. And he's going to make fat your bones. Now, I need you to understand, no matter how big or small you get externally, internally, your body, your bones are still the same size. Are you listening to what I'm trying to tell you here? And so what this really means is that he's going to give your bones strength. Because at the moment you can't walk, at the moment you can't move, God says, I'll cause your bones to stand up. I'll cause your bones to give you the strength that you need to get you from point A to point B. I know that the external is trying to stop you, but I got control of that what's internal, which means that I can give your bones strength. And he says that I'm going to make them fat. Means that I'm going to put you in a place of overflow. That your overflow not only helps you, but it helps somebody else. I'm about to blow your mind. Y'all ready? Now, remember what I just said now, Sister Gwen? Your overflow, not only does it help you, but it helps somebody else. This means that God says, I'm going to strengthen your structure. Listen to me. Ephesians 4 verse 16 says it like this, from whom the whole body fitly joined together. Some of y'all, I don't know why y'all ain't moving yet. Fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint does what now? It supplies. What am I saying? What God is saying is everything attached to you is about to be blessed. Everything attached to you is about to increase. Why? Because every bone is designed to help you get where you need to be. That's why you need to rejoice when the haters are being blessed, because that hater is about to be a blessing in your life. That's why you need to rejoice when somebody gets a pay increase, because the hater is about to cause a pay increase to happen in your life. That's why you rejoice when somebody gets a home, because the hater is about to help you get into your home. If faith connects with faith, this is how we grow. That means if you blessed, I'm going to be blessed, because you're a part of this structure. You're a part of this structure. You're a part of the roof. You're a part of the door. You're a part of the window. You're a part of the plumbing. You're a part of the electrical. You're a part of the AC. What God is saying is, I strengthen everything that's connected to you. I told y'all. See, I do things, you're not learning your pastor yet. I say things like, well, here come Sister Roxy. We already know she's going to win. But I'm saying that because I know favor is in the room. Y'all ain't going to say nothing with me. I say things like, here comes Sister Enos calling me again, telling me, guess what the Lord done? He done gave me another raise. Oh, my God. I'm getting excited now because I understand her structure is being strengthened because my structure needs strength. He increases, be it according to what you're connected to. That's why everything in my house, as for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord, because I know that when your bone gets stronger, my bone gets stronger. This is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. This is why we start working together, because it drives us together. I know sometimes we don't want to connect with certain people, but you got to realize that your connection is what's connect. Oh, y'all ain't gonna say nothing with me. It gives you momentum when we all get on the same page, when we all walk in unity of the faith. This is what was wrong with the priests. They were all doing different things. That's why they got left behind, because where God was about to take them, he says, I don't want no organized chaos to go where I'm about to cause peace. You got to start realizing that chaotic movements only destroys peaceful momentum. Are you understanding what I'm telling you, Sister Gwen? You don't need chaotic in your life. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but unstable people is double-minded people. And double-minded people is unstable in what now? All their ways. God says, I come to perfect the way. He says, you're going to be a repair of the breach and a restorer of the pathways. Listen to what God is saying. In a season such as this, the church is going to have to stick together. Y'all ain't going to say nothing with me. See, a lot of times I sit back and I scan the room. I pay attention to who's paying attention. And right now, that young man right there has been watching me from the time I've been preaching. He has not taken his eyes off of me. He's not paying attention to anybody else. Everybody else is playing, having fun, but he's like this. You know why? It's Father's Day. See, ain't nobody else thinking like I'm thinking. I'm starting to understand that everybody don't got a father. Where are the mentors at? Where are the ones who's going to stand in the gap when don't nobody else want to stand in the gap? See, I love all my kids. Every last one of them that's in here, they belong to me. That's how I see it. I don't care how anybody look at it. And you got a kid in here, that's my kid. At the end of the day, I'm going to help raise them. Why? Because that's my strength. Y'all ain't saying nothing with me. See, he was talking about what's about to happen in the future. Everybody like us ain't going to be available 20, 30 years from now. If we still here, we're going to be in rollers and rocking chairs. But if we can teach the young people to move according to the vision that God has set, that's what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm working on the young ones for a reason. But we miss it. And God is trying to get us to see, who are you pouring into? Because if you're not pouring into nobody, where's your strength? Where's your future? If you don't have no future, you have no ministry. If you don't have no evangelistic team, you have no ministry. You don't got no youth ministry, you have no ministry. In other words, what God is saying is your legacy will die when you leave. And the last thing I want is for me to have put in all this work and it be in vain. That's why I say I take your time seriously. That young man paying attention to me, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive it into him. If this is what you're asking for, I'm going to give it to you. This is what you want, I'm going to give it to you. Because what God is saying is, this is your future. But this is what I need y'all to understand. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Sometimes your haters can be your future. The very one that you thought was not going to amount to anything, the very one that you counted out, that thug you saw walking through the door that was high lit, didn't understand that. What God is saying is, no, don't worry about it. They're going to have a high that's higher than the high that they just got. If you just keep preaching the word, I'm going to light them up more than what they think they're lit. If you just keep preaching the word and you do it through love, let your conversation be with love. Don't you sit there and say, hey,